Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Disc golf battles are back. Rejoice. I apologize for the large hiatus. Due to Ledgestone's many releases this year, it really pushed back a lot of these projects, so I apologize, but so happy to be back with disc battles. Now today we're taking a look at the DGA Ice Steady BL against the Discraft CryZtal Luna. Both are titans in their own right. Now taking a look at the profile of both of these discs, the Steady BL actually is a little bit taller than the Luna, a little bit deeper, while on the other side, the Luna has a slightly wider rim and overall a smaller disc diameter. When it comes to the feel of the discs, the CryZtal Luna has a little bit of flex to it, definitely stiffer in the hand, versus the Ice Steady BL has a lot more give, a lot more gumminess to it. In fact, just overall, I have noticed that CryZtal tends to be a little bit stiffer, Ice Plastic tends to be a little bit more flexible. Now let's go out to the field, looking at the lefty lines and seeing how these discs flight stack up to each other. You can see when thrown on a hyzer, the Steady BL actually flips up to flat, and because it was given so much height, was enabled it to actually pan out and have what looks like a very steep hyzer, whereas the Luna didn't get nearly as much height, but still almost had the same amount of fade. Now when thrown flat, you can really see the difference in the stability of these two discs, as the Steady BL starts out straight, but then in the mid-flight it starts to turn and really holds that turn all the way to the ground, versus the CryZtal Luna holds out straight, and then instead of turning, it actually then hyzers out. Again, I think the CryZtal Luna has a lot more late stability to it than the Ice Steady BL. Thrown on a turnover, just effortless turnover with the Ice Steady, versus the CryZtal Luna on the other hand, it starts out like it wants to turn, but it won't hold it all the way to the ground. It does try to fight out of it towards the very end. So based on these flight patterns, this is actually what I would give each of these discs in this type of plastic, what the flight numbers I think it would be. The Steady BL is a little bit more on the understable side. CryZtal Luna still overstable, but not as overstable as, say, a 2020 Tour Series or the new 2021 Tour Series. Since both of these discs do have different flight patterns, I want to kind of show you how I would attack certain holes. With the Ice Steady BL, I'm going to just hyzer flip it and go right at the basket. In fact, I think that's what the Ice Steady BL is perfectly used for. Versus the CryZtal Luna, I'm hoping there's a little bit of room off to the side so I can actually go kind of wider at it. Yet another example, just hyzer flip this Ice Steady BL, just go right at the basket. And again with the Luna, if there is going to be a little bit of room off to the side where I could throw it out and just let that natural late stability kick in, I'm going to take full advantage. So let's go ahead, take a look at some of the best uses for these discs. Starting with the Ice Steady BL, I think it's perfect for hyzer flipping. Hyzer flip to get a slight hyzer flip to straight, hyzer flip to turn over. It is great for those style of shots, which makes it perfect in the woods. Very versatile. You can just, again, hyzer flip it up, let that glide kick in, and it'll ride absolutely straight to the basket. Or if you need something to turn over, it is effortless for those turnovers. Again, a perfect disc for just about any style, of course. While on the flip side, with the CryZtal Luna, you don't have to finesse it. You don't have to play with the angles nearly as much. It's something you can just kind of throw it out wide. If you put a little bit of air under it, trust that it's going to have a nice fight back. Or you can put a little bit into it and just know it's going to go straight down a tunnel with minimal fade at the very end. And then depending on your arm speed, you can get it to hold turnover shots. Slower, medium arms, you're going to have to put it on more of an anti-angle. Faster arms, you're going to be able to do it with a lot less angle. So now, which of these two titans of the putter world would I recommend to the majority of players? I gotta go with the DGA Ice Steady BL. Now again, this is in this plastic type, not the molds itself. So in this plastic type, I just feel that the Ice Steady BL is just a lot more versatile than the CryZtal Luna, for at least the majority of players. Medium, slower arms, it's perfect for learning how to hyzer flip. You can hyzer flip to hyzer flip flat, hyzer flip turnover, get it to hold effortless turnovers. Just so many different things that you can do with this disc. On top of that, it makes it perfect for wide open courses. It makes it perfect for tightly wooded courses. It is just a great all-around disc, whereas the Luna, more for those faster arm players where I think you're really going to be able to see a lot more difference and variations in the flight. So faster arm players, stick with the CryZtal Luna. For us medium slower arms, we gotta go with the DGA Ice Steady BL. I hope all of you enjoyed the video and enjoyed that disc battles are now back. I'm definitely going to try to come out with more, and in the future we might actually do a full mold battle between these two to see which putter is truly superior. Thank you all to my sponsors, Discraft and Riverside. Till next time everyone, keep banging them chains.